take into the final trading day before Christmas. Welcome, everyone. Good morning. This is Your Business Morning. This Thursday, the 21st of December. I am Bosun Nomofaye. And, of course, we have an interesting business day, of course, when it gets to this period of the year. Business moves a little bit from big business to small businesses. Folks are traveling. They're making purchases for friends and families. So it's that time of the year when consumer goods market begin to rev up. And one of those consumer goods that gets into the conversation is rice. So we're going to have what you call the rice conversation. This morning you need to stick around and listen to why rice is such a very big discussion for 180 million Nigerians. Let's have some more rice later on the program in a short while. But let's get on to the market. The market never sleeps, and with the exception of federally declared public holidays, the market always trades to the last minute of the year. So today, the Debt Management Office and others to the party or to the federal government bonds will be in Lagos in about 30 minutes from now. We expect the Buhari's administration's $3 billion Eurobonds in diaspora's $500 million to go for listing on the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange. And then we will expect later in the day, in the afternoon, lunchtime, thereabout before closing, and about that, the Nigerian Stock Exchange will also admit the same bonds, foreign currency denominated bonds by the DMO. So, Patience Oniha, who is the head of the Debt Management Office, has hands filled up today in Lagos to do that. The Buhari's administration have listed nearly $5 billion US dollars in foreign currency debts on the local securities market in just about a year. This administration is making history with a figure of about $5 billion in foreign currencies being listed on local securities exchange. That's been, the first was $1 billion that was listed a couple of months ago. Now the government is back with the second, and this will be the final government bond listing for 2017. So this is how we wrap up the year as far on the federal government debt side, and then we'll see how things space out in 2018. Meantime, reports coming in this morning says the House of Representatives Committee on Capital Market and Institutions have postponed the public hearing earlier scheduled for today to resolve what they call the conflict, quote and unquote, in the matter of the suspended Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Gwarzo, and the Finance Minister, Kemi Adeosun. The Finance Chief, Gwarzo, and the new acting chief at the SEC, Dr. Abdul Zubair, has been those asked to requested by the House of Reps committee to attend today's hearing, which is now been postponed. We'll get a new date and communicate that for you as soon as we get that. The Senate and the House of Reps is where a lot of activities are taking place as we round off the year, and the legislators, the lawmakers also try to wrap up the year. Yesterday, it was the Central Bank of Nigeria that was taken to task by the House of Reps at the plenary. The Central Bank has since moved to deny the allegations by some members of the House of Reps who spoke on the floor that the financial regulator keeps quote-unquote secret accounts and diverted monies in a summary total of $5 billion US dollars. Late yesterday evening, the head of corporate communications at the Central Bank of Nigeria, Isaac Okorafor, issued a very short statement. He says what was said at the House of Reps by the legislators cannot be true. Quoting him now, he says we need to have the details. In other words, the Central Bank says they want to have the details of what was said in order to respond appropriately. It went on to say it is not possible to divert any money into any account like that. Mr. Okorafor went on to add that when we convert, that is the Central Bank, convert Forex into Naira, that is the foreign exchange into local currency, we have both selling rate and the buying rate and we make it known to everyone. That's the response from the central bank. But how did we come about the $5 billion US dollars, that is the legislators? One of the House of Reps members, Mrs. Ayo Omidiro, these are the claims that were being reported. She said that the funds are remitted, hidden, diverted, and spent without authorization. She went on to list some claims of what she called diversion of monies by the central bank. She said in 2014, the sum of $839 million US dollars was moved out of the central bank. And in the next year, 2015, she claimed the sum of $446.3 million and another $1.5 billion were also diverted. Then she said in March of 2016, she claimed $1.6 billion was diverted to a secret account, and there are others. So those are the claims by the one of the House of Reps members, Mrs. Ayo Omidiro, who claimed those monies and the timeline she gave there, but that has since been denied by the central bank. So the regulator is now tasking the House of Reps to provide more details in order to respond appropriately. Okay, we still have this dispute between the Boa Group and the Dangote Cement. Yesterday, Dangote Cement, of course, you know, the Boa Group is not listed on the stock exchange, but Dangote Cement is listed. So the cement company Dangote issued a statement which the Boa Group has praised the Dangote Group for agreeing to a final court settlement over the disputed limestone site in Obu, that's around the Esako local government area of Edo State. Of course, the Edo State governor shut down that limestone plant a few days ago, early this week. Now, Dangote Cement issued a statement to the stock exchange yesterday and says the case in question involves quote-unquote allegations of breach of contract, which Dangote Cement denies. This is a very 5-paragraph, very short statement. Dangote Cement says it follows the judgment and order of the Federal High Court in Kogi State in the matter. It says the judgment of the High Court in Kogi State was erroneous, quote, erroneous and fundamentally flawed in numerous material respects. The cement giant says it has since filed an appeal and believes that the claims will be properly resolved in DCP's favor.